Knock, knock, it's Knuckles, and oh no. Oh no. We're in Metropolis Zone. The worst zone in Sonic 2. Ah! This is an infamous zone for being pretty damn tough. It's the only zone in the game with 3 acts instead of 2. There are lots of very annoying enemies like the Slicer I just passed by, who will throw his 2 things at you, his 2 like knives, pincers at you. You've also got the Osterons, or no, that's not what they're called. The crab meat enemies who will extend their little hand, spiked hand to hit you, and they're always placed under tight ceilings. And you've got these guys. These are the Asterons, and they'll explode on you as you're going through. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes I guess the developers didn't position the thing close enough to the wall. The screw thing close enough to the wall. But yeah, this is an infamous zone. I know I had a very tough time getting through this as a kid. I think I only did it once, actually. And then got game over right on the next level. And yeah, this is my least favorite zone in the game. Even worse than Oil Ocean. But it's not that much of an issue for me nowadays. I've played this game so many times. I'm not trying to brag when I say that. I'm just telling you how it is. I've played the game a shit ton of times because it's one of my favorite games of all time. And Metropolis Zone just isn't that tough for me anymore. But it is still quite annoying. These bits are pretty easy. You have to get on it when it's not coming out the top. How do you know when it's going to come out the top? Well, if it goes to the left, because it goes clockwise. So a spike will come out the top, then the right, then the bottom, then the left. So if it just came out the left, then you know to wait, because the next one is going to come out of the top. So those are pretty easy. There's a few platforming sections with just those spiky platforms. Like I said, this level has 3 acts and not 2. Kind of like in Sonic 1 how everything had 3 acts. There's a little glitch you can do in that section. I didn't do it in this one, but if you collect some rings, then get hit, and then jump onto that platform that's suspended above the lava, it will fall down into the lava, and because you've got your invincibility frames on, you'll fall with it. And you can actually skip chunks of the level that way. I didn't do it this time because it's kind of tricky to pull off, and I just wanted to play the level normal. But I remember when I first discovered that, I was like, oh shit, I can skip part of this horrible level. I think the biggest, and this is a douchey part, I almost always get hit by that guy. I don't know how I managed to not get hit that one time. I'm lucky I didn't. And of course, there we go. There we go. I didn't get hit by the other one, but I got hit by that one. That's his brother out for revenge, I guess. But yeah, it's the main problem isn't the enemies themselves, but like the placement. Like a lot of times these slicers will be placed right on an edge that you're coming up to. You can't see them coming, and sometimes even when you can see them coming, you'll still get hit. Also, I don't know what happened there. Like, every other time I've played this level, when I'm on that rotating cycle of platforms. I just go a little bit to the left, I fall down, and I get that extra life. I was trying to do that, and it just wasn't working for me this time. The one time I'm actually recording the level for other people to watch, I can't get that part right. Every time I play it on my own, I can. It's weird. That's just my luck, I guess. But yeah, there's a little extra life down there in that section. You saw it. So now you know where that is. Not that I need it. I need to really... I'm doing too many humble brags in this episode, aren't I? I'm sorry, I'm just good at the game. Jeez. Why aren't you good at this game? Why haven't you been playing this game for years? Oh my god. After the slicers throw the things, they're completely defenseless. However, as much as I hate the slicers, there is nobody, and I mean nobody, who has as much of a vendetta against the slicers as Some Call Me Johnny. If you guys haven't seen Some Call Me Johnny's review of this game, you gotta check it out, because it is top notch. It's really funny. And he has a whole segment on just how much he hates the slicers. And pretty much all of Some Call Me Johnny's stuff is top notch. He's one of my favorite content creators. And he's reviewed most of the Sonic games, so if you're a Sonic fan, you've got plenty of content to watch on his channel. I think it was him and the Great Clement were like the first two, I don't want to call them Sonic YouTubers, because they also review and play other stuff besides just Sonic, but they were the first like YouTubers I started watching that were like into Sonic, like big into Sonic, and that was around, I think, like 2011, 2012 was when because up to that point, I mean, I had played Sonic 2 on my plug and play, but I wasn't really playing a lot of Sonic games. I hadn't really become a huge fan yet, but around that time I started playing more and more of the Sonic games as I found them at like GameStop. And you know what I just thought about is that in a few years there might be kids born who, like, they'll never know what GameStop was like. Some of you might not even, I don't know, because they're kind of going out of business soon, aren't they? Their stocks and stuff are going down and plummeting, and they've been declining for a while, so I think it's partially their fault, but also partially there's nothing they could really do about it because it's the digital age now, and you know, everybody's buying stuff online. There's no reason to go to GameStop. There's no reason to you know, stand there at the counter and have the guy ask you a million things. Are you in the Plus Club? Have you bought any used games today? This is the boss of Metropolis Zone. He kind of just has all these spheres and pops out little tiny Eggmans. Wait a minute. It's Eggman surrounded by eggs that turn into little Eggmans. It's like Eggception. But we are done. We have completed Metropolis Zone, and that was such a long zone that we are actually at the end of this part. So I hope you enjoyed it. This is Knuckles. I'm headed back to Angel Island to protect the Master Emerald, but I will be back next week for the final part of the Sonic 2 Let's Play. I'm super excited about that, and I will see you then. Have a great week.